this.
Hey, what up? So, this is how my story starts. It starts with, I'll tell you a little bit about who I am, how my values have evolved over my lifetime, and about my kids who have changed me in ways that I could never really comprehend or imagine. Between you and me, I've always been somebody who could never stand still. They asked me to sit. I don't think that would have been possible. It would have been like, if you come to visit me in my career job, I work in a store. I'm literally never standing still. My brain is also one that is always on fire. I'm always looking for ways to change, improve, or challenge quite literally everything. My husband-to-be and my boss will tell you exactly that's how I am. My friends have always said since I'm young that I'm nuts. I never just do one thing. When I was a teenager, I was a swimmer that swam 7 to 9 times a week, but I also was a diver. I played the piano, and I attended high school in between my activities. It was important for me. It was my passion. I literally needed to do all of these things. I couldn't not do them. It was who I was. Bringing it back to more recent history, the days of being a teenager, long gone. I've been trying to find where my place is in my community, my country, and even in the world. How was I going to leave my mark? A question that we're often asked is, how will you be remembered when you're no longer here? And I always used to tell people for my passion. As I grew older, I realized that that wasn't quite enough. I wanted my legacy to sound more along the lines of, for my passion to evoke change in others for the greater good of the world. Over the last 10 years, I've been able to try different things on. In my career, I was able to do things in both sport and in retail. In my current job, I found my place to bring something unique to my community. I'm able to connect and grow with amazing people like Joelle and Desiree and many others. I know that my contribution is helping develop my community. But as I mentioned to you earlier, I can't just do one thing. Technically 2, because I do have 3 kids as well. But there was something missing. I couldn't pinpoint it. I didn't know what it was, but I was also confident that it would find me, that I didn't have to go looking for it. So here it is. In the early spring of 2018, last year, was the first time I saw the video of the turtle with its straw stuck up its nose. I don't know if any of you saw it, but I will tell you a little bit about it. So this couple found a turtle in the water with a straw stuck up its nose. They brought it into their boat, and what seemed like for hours, they were trying to get the straw out. There was blood everywhere. The turtle was screaming at pain. It was really hard to watch. At the end, I swore that I would never buy or use another straw again. Me, I promised myself I wouldn't do that. But that was easy because I never really used straws. I don't drink alcohol, so there was no need for the bar to get a straw. So no straws, it was pretty easy. One afternoon, shortly after, I was sitting on the couch with my daughter Mila, who was there with Daddy. We were sitting on the couch and she was leaning against me as I was scrolling through my Facebook page, and bam, that video came up again. And Mila insisted that she needed to see it. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think it's a good one for you to see. But she, being the most passionate animal lover, insisted that she see the cute turtle video. It's like, it's not cute, but if you really want to see it, I'm warning you, you might have nightmares for the next few days. So let's watch it. So she saw it, and afterwards she looked over at me and she's like, Mom, we can't use straws anymore. I'm like, but baby, we don't use straws. We don't have any in the house. And she's like, yeah, but when Dad goes to get his iced coffee, he gets a straw, and when I get my Happy Meal at McDonald's, I drink my milk with a straw. I was like, oh yeah, she's right. We really weren't innocent. Like I said earlier, when we go to get a drink at the bar, they put a straw in it. When we go through drive-through, whether we need it or not, there's a straw. When we give our kids a box drink, a straw, a straw, a straw. So I was like, okay, no problem. We'll go and we got ourselves some stainless steel straws, and we vowed that we would never use straws, no matter where we were. We would never use straws again. And if any of you need one, I've got plenty in my bag. What What I didn't realize is that my 4-year-old had literally changed something inside my brain that would affect the way we lived our lives forever. In June of last year, a whale beached itself in Thailand. Now that's not really unusual. Whales beach themselves fairly often. And in this particular case, the people of Thailand were able to get the whale back into the water and save it. What ended up happening is that whale just turned around and came right back and beached itself again, and this time it passed away. The people of Thailand decided to do an autopsy on it. So when they opened it up, what they found was that it had 80 plastic bags within its digestive system. Normally, I would have just gone on to the next article, but because of what Mila had said about the straws and how we're all using them, this news had been more, like, had affected me more. I use plastic bags. I use plastic bags every day. Lunch bags, Ziploc bags, produce bags. You know, a lot of us use plastic in our everyday life. I suddenly became aware of the harm plastic was having. We were suffocating our oceans with all of our consumption. I couldn't bear for my daughters to realize that animals were dying because of all the plastic we were using. Had they known that I knew that this was happening, they wouldn't be impressed with me, and I wouldn't be impressed with me for them knowing that I didn't do anything about it. I became infuriated with myself for being so ignorant, and for so long. As my family of animal lovers, we are actively killing innocent beings. I couldn't continue to contribute to the growing amount of plastic in our oceans, and I needed to tell the world. I didn't truly believe I was ignorant. I really believed people didn't know. Otherwise, they would make changes or different choices. With my kids, I live by the motto, do as I do, not do as I say. I ask them, or I encourage them to follow my leadership. And I tell my kids all the time, leave the place better leave this place better than you found it. What state am I leaving this place in, or this world in, if I don't take action now? I needed to figure out how I was going to leave this planet better than I found it, for my kids, for my grandkids, and for all future generations. I spent a lot of time researching what's happening out there, what are other people doing, who's taking action against this plastic epidemic. We as a family aren't close enough to all the actions being taken in the southern states and in the Caribbean as major beach cleanups were happening, they're great actions. It's a drop in the bucket when you consider that the ocean literally has to spit up what we've put into it for us to be able to clean it up on its shores. Then I came upon and fell in love with this foundation called the Ocean Cleanup. They are building a U-shaped device that they're going to put in the ocean that will collect all this plastic within it. And when it's full, they will send boats out to collect it, recollect it, and dispose of it correctly. They are focusing their efforts right now on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which lays between Hawaii and San Francisco. And in this garbage patch, there's an estimated 1.8 trillion pieces of plastic. And I know I've been messing up my words, but I'm not joking when I say trillion. Their goal is to remove 50% of this plastic in 5 years. To me, this is incredible, and I figure the least that I can do is help them save our planet. It took me a few weeks to come up with our idea, and months of not sleeping, researching, building a website, social media, all the things, meetings with our closest friends, family, people who actually know what they're doing in life, to help us create what is our family project and small business, Clear the Ocean. We haven't reinvented the wheel with this. Clear the Ocean is a retail website that offers reusable items to reduce single-use plastic. What makes us interesting or unique is that our mission or our purpose is to donate 100% of our profits to organizations who are actively cleaning the ocean, like the Ocean Cleanup, like I mentioned before. When we first launched our website in November of last year, we had 3 products. The stainless steel straws I talked about earlier, the produce bags, which Mama is at home making. Well, she's here tonight, I let her out tonight. Usually she's at home making all of our product, and then our company t-shirt. Since then, we have a whole slew of new products Some that are like we're really proud of. One in particular that I'm going to talk to you about is the toothpaste that we sell. It's a natural toothpaste that is packaged in a compostable tube that is made and manufactured by a dentist in Vancouver. To me, mind blown, so cool. We also have another product which is beeswax wrap, which is made by a couple in Hamilton, Ontario, who were able to find a passion that was sustainable but also allowed them to create beauty at the same time. We're super excited because through word of mouth and the help of our family and friends, our project is growing. We're being invited to do other talks like this, and I'm looking for a spokesperson. And we've been invited to do other shows and pop-up shops a little bit all over. We also have vendors who are now looking to us to ask if we can put their products on our website. They think that it's really cool to be partnered with a company like us when we think it's really cool to be able to support Canadian businesses who are trying to make a difference for our planet. So to wrap it up here, you guys all have a phone. If you haven't already started liking Clear the Ocean, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and really easy, our website is cleartheocean.com. Thanks so much for listening to me tonight, and I look forward to answering your questions.